Well. Guess who's back? I told you already. I don't make believe. I make believers, family. I'm your gracious host, hailing from the Carolinas, Columbia, South Carolina to be exact. Hope you're having a good day today. If not, you know the old adage, ask yourself why, and remember, happiness is an inside job, and it will always be an internal warfare with family. We back today again with a reaction from none other than TBA, the Black Authority, aka Jason Black, the truth as I call him. I'm gonna call your attention to the screen. Brace yourself, get your popcorn out, get your popcorn, because you know how we do. All right.
And I was only trying to help. But the bottom line is she got upset for no reason. I don't understand why. Because I had a graphic here that explained the female ranking scale. People have been talking about this for years and years, and all I did was go ahead and just show exactly what it is. If you are a perfect 10, you have no flaws, men universally love you, an 8 might be in there somewhere, but it seems it started some consternation when I made the observation, or should I say stated the fact, that even if you're a perfect 10, you automatically get demoted to a 6 if you have children.
Absolutely.
If you are a single mom, you automatically get demoted. Well, poor little old Liz couldn't hold her water about that, and boy, she got triggered. So Liz, we're going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and express or confess yourself. Now, why in the world would you argue with this empirical, indisputable fact?
Well, first, I like to say my name's Liz, and I'm a single mom, and I'm a 10, right? Let's just get that right out the way. But no, seriously, that's no fact. That's pure opinion. So we can just start there. But, to start off, I just want to say something similar to what I said on Friday, which is being a 10 is a choice. It's a personal choice. You become a 10 based on the work that you put into yourself. So that's number one. We shouldn't be docking women of their eligibility or their ranking scale simply because they've had a child. Okay, or children. So that's my second point. There are so many different levels, right, to being a boss, to being a 10, to being, your best self. And some of it may depend upon your mothering, right? Not saying that doesn't count for something. It does. I think that even, men that initially may date a single mom, you're really getting a cheat sheet because you automatically can see, does she have her mind right? Does she have her priorities right? Does she treat her children right? Does she, make sure that she provides for them and puts them above her, prioritizes? All of these things are going to let you know what kind of woman you're going to have as a wife, right? Back to being a wife material and that sort of thing. When you're dating a single mom, you're actually getting a cheat code right into a lot of the character that woman has to offer, and at the end of the day, it's not her body or her looks that are going to be raising your legacy. It's what's in her mind. So that goes a little bit to the conversation that we had last week as well, whereas being a 10 is not all based on one profile of your personality or one aspect of your life. It's a combination package. So I'll start by saying that.
Pepto.
Go ahead. I know you're sick, but it's bitches around here with no kids. They not a 10. Every woman with no kids ain't a 10. You have women out here who have kids, but they still take care of their body. They're still elevating their mind. They're still rising in their lifestyle. Okay, so they can achieve 10 status because why? Again, it's a choice to be a 10. It's the work that you put into yourself that makes you a 10, not whether or not you've had a child. And I also want to add in that when you look at people who, a Don, a boss, someone, who's a mogul, a lot of times they only can really attain that title and hold that throne, hold that crown and sit in that throne if they have a family, if they are able to provide for others and be the head of a household or be an individual that is dependable, reliable, does things for the greater of those in the household. Those are the qualities that we, gift that we look in these people that we may label as, oh, this person is, you know, a boss, this person's a don, this person's a mogul, this person is, you know, handling things. It's almost like a badge of honor. Once you see and you know, oh no, but this person's a family man or a family woman, and she, you know, has all this going on, and she got kids. And, you know, you never see my kids, you probably never ever will, but my kids are some of the most well-behaved, emotionally intelligent, and good-looking kids you've ever seen. So, you know, back to one of the comments I made last week, I get treated like a 10 when I'm with my kids, because my kids actually turn heads. I'm out with them. It's like they're the celebrity. The owner of the restaurant's coming over to our table to meet and greet and send us things we never even ordered because he just can't get over my beautiful family. Beautiful family being me and my babies.
Well, my God, there's so much to unpack there, but I'm going to just let Jason Black unpack most of that, but I'm going to just hit on a few key points. Can a single mother be a 10? In my humble opinion, I'm going to say no. Simply because you are bringing me another man prodigy, another man's seed, right? So you bringing me a somewhat of a used car. I'm not going to pay full price for a used car as I would one coming off the showroom floor that have 0 miles on it or 6 or 7 miles, right? And 2, you always will have an attachment to another man simply because of his children. And we all know that. Let's not be stupid here now. Come on now. We all know that you're going to have some type of attachment, even if you're not together. That man has made an impression upon you, and you know it and I know it. We grown folks here. A lot of times women will still sleep or still have relations with that baby father. I didn't say all. I don't have to say all, but in general, they will still have relations while you taking care of the child. And my question is, what do that do for your legacy if you take care of another man's child? Because I have seen it so many times where a guy will step in and he's somewhat a placeholder, basically. And when that child become of age, the minute that child get mad, the first thing that fly out of their mouth is, "You're not my daddy." And y'all know I ain't lying. You can lie to yourself, but you ain't lying to me. First thing spew out that little devil mouth is, "You're not my daddy." All the time, all the resources, all the baseball games, all the football games, all the gas, all the time, something that you can't get back. You can get money, but you can't get back time. You have literally squandered your time dealing with a woman and her kids. And if anything happened, she can just take the kids away because you have no legal right. God almighty, no. You have no legal standing. You understand that? Me personally, I don't want a woman with kids. And I didn't marry a woman with kids. Because there are women without kids, but you have to know where they look and how to find them, right? And if I did get with a woman that have kids, she gonna have to be something extraordinary. I'm talking about something out of this world, something to blow my brain matter out. The gray matter, huh? You heard me, didn't you?
That loud thump you all heard earlier was me collapsing on the floor. I just got back into the microphone. I'm a little dizzy, but I'm trying to fight my way through it here. Jasmine.
Yes.
We agree.
Can a single mom be a 10?
Yes, she understands everything. Like at this point, like everything. I agree with her because you do get the cheat code when you date a mom. You do, only because single women. Like I say, I only got one child. So before I had a child, I was a 10, but I was just out here just being reckless. Being reckless, like having a kid, it makes you more mature as a woman. So you getting that woman who knows, they gonna make sure business is handled. They gonna make sure everything is good at home. I mean, granted, most of the women you see, like she said, there's our moguls, like Kim Kardashian, like black women that's doing their thing. They got kids. And I feel like just because because you have kids does not make you a 6, because I'm probably, whatever you consider that's a 10, that's a single woman that doesn't have any kids, I'm pretty sure you put us in a room right beside her, I'm probably going to be better than what she is. Like, it's going to, once you start talking to us, once you start breaking everything down, I'm pretty sure she's going to boop, 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 come down. You're going to be like, well, maybe she is 6, you know? She going to, and then so it's just like having kids, it doesn't, I don't feel like it brings you down to a 6. Like, who says having kids taint what you like? Who are you as a person? Like, I feel like anything.
That's manipulative bullshit that men put out into the atmosphere to get us to lower our standards and to feel worse about ourselves or lower our self-esteem. That's what that is.
False. The truth of the matter is you suffer from psychosis. That's a disconnect from reality. Men tell you this because this is how men view you. Doesn't matter what you say. The car don't tell the buyer how much it's worth. You can say it, but what does the result say? The market determines your value, not yourself. Every frog praises his pond. That's an old cliche. That's an old saying up in the South. You heard me. Every frog praises his own pond. But what does the other frogs think of his pond? Huh? You got scratch marks on you. Huh? I didn't hear nothing. I said you got scratch marks. Your body has changed. And as far as being mature, some women, a lot of women don't mature after they have a baby. That's false. Some of them might, but a lot of them don't. And we all know that. I don't understand women's mindset a lot of times. But what it is they always want to make their ceiling the floor. Shout out to Jason for that one. I got that one from Jason specifically. They always want to make the highest thing their floor. They'll try to judge and try to gauge to see where the man is at. We are telling you, ladies, men of means, except for the Russell Wilsons, don't want no woman with no kids. In general, will they take them with kids? Some of them will. But preferably, no. That's what we're trying to pound the pavement and trying to tell you. But after all, what do we know? But like I always say, what do the results say? What do the results say? We deal with results over here. We get down to the truth of the matter, the brass tacks. Because your mouth and the results, difference. So who will you believe, ladies? The results? Or will you believe the lovely ladies that's on the screen? All right?
But what?
If you're...
Are there 10? Or are there 10 too? Or they're 6? Because they are men.
Because it's a double standard. Because if a man has multiple kids, that doesn't even get brought up. It doesn't even, they're not even looked down upon. I will say maybe in society these days, if he got 5 kids, 5 baby mamas, yeah, he might get knocked down a couple pegs. He may not be considered a 10. But guess what? If he's taking care of his kids and really caring for them, not just buying some pairs of Jordans, some frivolous shit. I'm talking about being a father, right? A dad in your child's life, in your children's life. That counts for something. Even with me, that's a turn on for me. I want to know that the man I'm dating is capable of raising children, is capable of love, and the soft, tender love that kids need. Obviously, I know that a father's love is different, and their relationship and dynamics are different with their children. But for me, it counts for a lot, because no different than you're getting a cheat code on me, I'm getting the cheat code on you. Are you
well, let me address that real quick then.
Okay.
Let me start with the first question. How are your children? Now, I'm a guy in his heading late 40s now. How are your children? I have no kids of my own. I have no biological children. I don't even have any Judge Maybelline babies out there. So a chick couldn't even jump up at this point. But how are your children a benefit to me?
My kids a benefit to you. Okay, at the end of the day, this is about legacy. That's what children are. They are your legacy, right? And so you may not be their biological father, but if you have the influence in their lives to impact them in a positive way, that absolutely is going to pay off dividends for you in the future. You don't know what that child might become. If that child becomes the next researcher to, break the code and cure cancer, right? And
you're right. I don't know what they may become, but I do know what they already are.
Yeah. And
what they already are is another man's legacy.
No, again, you're wrong there, because if you are in their lives and you're with, we're together, or you're with a single mother, you're together, right? You have influence over those children.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Absolutely do. You absolutely do.
No, you don't, because you all are only going to give them, you're not going to give him authority. You're going to give the man responsibility, but you're not going to give him authority over your kids. And your ex-husband, in your case, is sure not going to give another man authority over his children. So no, we will have responsibility and liability, but no authority.
I disagree. I totally disagree. This is my house. I would absolutely delegate authority to my significant other, if he was living with us. And, now obviously there are lines that are not to be crossed. You're not going to be, having the right to physically hurt my child or touch my child in that way, right?
In what way?
For example, I wouldn't allow my significant other to beat my child. If my child messed up or something like that, that may be the way they handle it with their kids.
Okay. When you say beat, would you allow this man to spank your children?
No.
And that's the point. He has.
Did you catch that? Let me go back. She said a man is not judged on the same metric as a woman, rightfully so, because there are biases there. There are always biases. Men are expected to give his life for his family. That's a bias. Do anybody hear men complaining in great numbers and mass? No. A man can have 5 kids and have enough money. Women will overlook it. Because you know why? Because men aren't looking for you to take care of him. A woman is. God almighty, no. Oh, God, did you hear me? I said a man is not looking for you. And the operative word is a man is not looking for you to take care of him and his kids. A woman is. You see the difference? It's just that simple. Women want to be taken care of. Now, as far as beating a child, that's why I couldn't deal with single mothers, because like how Jason just so eloquently put it, I have the responsibility, but I have no authority. That don't make any sense. Not in my house anyway. That's why it would behoove you to work things out with your ex-husband or your baby daddy or Pookie and Ray Ray or whoever it is. That's why it's best to work things out and hash things out with him. Therefore, if you won't have to go through these problems and have to go back and forth about whether I can discipline a child.
Responsibility and liability, but no authority.
Home. Are you kidding me? That's not the only authority that a man has at home. Amongst
is he going to be leading your home or not?
Absolutely.
Then how are you going to set rules for the leader of your home?
There are boundaries, and there's boundaries in every relationship. It doesn't matter.
Who defines that boundary?
There are boundaries in place. And there will be boundaries in place between my husband and I. There will be.
Who defines that boundary?
Well, in this particular case, if we're talking about authority, right, we would absolutely have an understanding that pretty much beyond physical discipline, like physical discipline, hitting, spanking, whatever you want to call it, there wouldn't necessarily be any of you can't do this, you can't do that. Pretty much, that's pretty much where I would draw the line. I can't really think of any other scenario where I would be uncomfortable with my man, leading or disciplining or having authority over my kids. Because again, we would be a unit. So yeah, it would be his rules. Okay, you're 18 now and you don't want to move out. Okay, well, stepdad says you have to pay rent, so guess what it is? This is his house. You need to kick in some rent. I'm not going to put you out on the street. and we can come together as a family and understand, decide what that best scenario for us is. But I would absolutely have the space for my man to have authority in my home over my kids. It's just a boundary would be drawn.
Now, think about that for a few moments. Just understand the way that sounds, because for you, that sounds incredibly comfortable. For a man walking into a position from out of nowhere, this is outrageously disadvantageous, because he's walking into a situation where you are going to give him unlimited responsibilities, unlimited liabilities, but he doesn't have unlimited authority to go along with his unlimited liabilities. Right. I have never, ever met every single mother meets a man saying the exact same three things. Number one, you ain't gonna take care of my kids. They got a daddy. Number two, you're not gonna have to pay for anything. And number three, of course, you'll have authority. And as soon as those fellas walk through the secret door, all of a sudden they got they have to pay for the kids. They got to take care of the kids, and they have zero authority. Thanks. The woman comes through exercising veto power. Yep. Jasmine, man.
You notice that she kept using the word my kids. Okay, so if they are your kids, by simple logic, that's not my legacy. You see how simple that was? See, you want the man to participate in raising up another man's legacy, and while at the same time taking care of the mother. And there are some guys that will do it, but a man with money, that's a tall hill to climb there. That's a tall hill. That's a steep one. That's a 1-to-1 in engineering terms. It's 1-to-1. That's steep, bro. That's steep. Why should I set myself out there just for some draws? Let's say that I met a single mother and she was bad to the bone, but she came through talking like Liz. That's an immediate turn off. Immediately. I'm gonna view you different, simply because I understand the situation at hand. I understand the situation that I'm walking in, and I don't want to get bogged down in it, because I can see that you're not rational. So the best thing to do is to create some distance between you and I. Right? But guys, stay tuned. There's going to be a part 2. And I did this for a reason. There's going to be a part 2. All right? What I need for y'all guys to do is go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Comment, because I want to get into the YouTube algorithm family. All right? You also can support my channel by going to the Cash App. You see it. $Drummer1980. You also can support my channel by going to the super things located under the video, guys. Click that and donate as well. And like I always tell y'all guys, peace, blessings, and much success. And until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.